This is where it all started.
Yeah, this is Meadowbank Velodrome. This is where I first tried the track, and still get the same kind of feeling when I walk up the tunnel as I did the first time.
Which is?
Well, it's just an amazing venue. You get all the kind of memories of all the previous years gone by, all the different events you had here. The highs and the lows, the crashes and the victories and all that kind of stuff.
So how old were you when you first came to?
I was about 14, I think, when I came here the very first time. And I watched, it was the East of Scotland Championships. I watched that race on a freezing cold Tuesday night, and I kind of got bitten by the bug then, I suppose.
Is this still a kind of viable venue? Is this something that people could still use?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's still, the track itself is still fine. Obviously, it looks a bit tired, a bit worn out, run down.
We didn't set this up.
No, this is how it is. But I mean, I wouldn't be racing now if this venue wasn't here. It's as simple as that.
And now that you've got 3 gold medals around your neck, well, obviously added to your first, politicians want to talk to you. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, funny that. But no, it's you know, if I can do anything at all to try and improve the facilities in Scotland, then that's fantastic.
Coming down the finishing straight, is he going to do it? Oh yes, Chris Hoy is the world sprint champion. A wonderful, wonderful display of power and strength.
Now, I was going to ask you the question: are champions born, or you know, are they created? You know, you were born a champion. You were going to succeed at something.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, really. I mean, there were always kids better than me at different sport. You know, when I from the age of whatever 4 or 5 years of age, I was good at sport, but there was always seemed to be one person who was better. You know, no matter what sport it was. Maybe that was what drove me on. Maybe because I hadn't won many gold medals as a kid, that I kept wanting to see what it felt like to be a champion.
Because the other thing you said was that actually Athens was more important to you in a way than Beijing, which seems amazing.
I think it was just the first time you do something of that magnitude, to become Olympic champion the first time. It's until you do it, no matter whether you're the favourite or not, whether you've beaten everybody that's in the field before, it means nothing until you've actually done it on the night when it counts. You know, it's such a hard thing to do, and I've used that ever since then to sort of remind myself that no matter what I come up against now, I'll never experience pressure like that again. You know, never. Initially, I focused on the team sprint, and that was going to be the main event in Beijing.
Kenny has released Hoy. Nobody's going to stop the flying Scot. Chris Hoy brings the team home. Great Britain are the Olympic team sprint champions.
The Kieran, you know, I didn't take it too seriously at first. It was just as a kind of secondary thing.
And now it's Hoy. Hoy is moving clear of the rest of the field. Chris Hoy of Great Britain takes goal. What a fantastic performance. Chris Hoy, he is 5 miles an hour quicker, I swear, than anybody else in the race.
I started to win medals at the World Cup events in the sprint, and that's when I started to think, wow, you know, there is a chance potentially I could win 2 individual medals as well as the team sprint.
But here comes Hoy beginning to turn on the style. Oh, he's got it! He cruises to the line and punches the air with delight.
To sit here talking about winning 3 gold medals, it just seems so, you know, I would never have believed you if you told me that even 2 years ago.
This man is unstoppable. He is a legend. Well, will anybody ever beat that?
You're going to have a velodrome named after you.
Yeah, that's really weird. Fantastic. I might even be racing there before I finish my career, which would be very strange.
Yeah, normally those kind of things happen like 20 years after the end of your career.
Or once you've died or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's very flattering, very nice.
When you're stood behind this #1 box, and you know, and then the flags above your head, and you know the stadium, you're going to fill up, aren't you?
Let's see the moment.
The stadium's all full, and you look over and you see your beautiful girlfriend. Did you see her from this position?
I did actually. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And you step up onto the. I can't do it. You do it.
No, come on. You said gold medal for presenting.
Can we go together?
Go on,
so you step up here.
Yep.
And you look. What's going on inside? You know, how physically is your heart now almost stopped beating, or is it beating so quickly that it's jumping out your body?
Well, usually you're fine until it goes quiet, and then the national anthem starts, and you see the flag going up. And then it's just this silence across the whole of the track centre and the stand. Everyone's standing there quietly and they're watching the flag, or they're watching you. And you suddenly realise that you've done it. That's the sort of moment it first sinks in. When I was a kid watching the Olympics, it didn't really matter what sport I was watching. It would just be this sort of fascination of seeing these grown men in tears and standing on the podium, thinking, what could be that exciting? Why would they? What is it about that feeling that they get so emotional about? It could be any sport at all. But I just loved watching that and just seeing the excitement and just the thrill as they got the gold medal.
Tears running down the cheeks of Chris Hoy, the big man.
Now, I know this place is massive for you, but there's another place in Edinburgh as well that we've been told is really important to you. Probably take a trip over there as well. It's not too far away from here.
Yeah, great.
I haven't got my bike.
I'll give you a backie, don't worry.
So this, Edinburgh Castle, one of your iconic places in the world.
It's amazing. It's just, I think it is one of the most beautiful parts of the world I've ever been to.
And you had the open top bus tour, and obviously you came around the castle. How many people were here?
Well, I believe 50,000 people were lined up in the streets,
wow.
And that was just unbelievable, overwhelming, really.
You clearly, relish in your Scottishness. This is one of your favourite places, and you are Scottish to your core. But then you compete for Great Britain in the Olympics. So, how do you kind of square that?
Well, I still think you can be proud to be British as well as being proud to be Scottish. And when I compete for Britain, I've never been as proud as I have been at the Olympics. But at the same time, this is my home, and this is, Scotland is a part of who I am. So, I firmly believe you can be both.
Because one of the big things that's come up that you seem to have kind of been dragged into is this, whether there should be a Scottish Olympic team.
Yeah, I always try and speak from an athlete's perspective, and the first thing that athletes need is support. They need to have the facilities, they need to have the backing, and it's besides any other political issue. That's my biggest point, is that at the moment, there needs to be more investment in sport across the board.
Yeah, Chris Hoy, cycle. Yeah,
sure, no problem.
Where are you from?
Adam.
And you know already who he was before.
Yeah.
See, your fame is as widespread as Japan. This will be on the mantelpiece in Tokyo.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. James and Joanne. Thank you.
You're not just passionate about your own sport in the Olympics. You talk, whether it's off camera or on camera, with knowledge about other sports, and you realise just how passionate the people who compete in the Olympic Games are about their sports. How could you persuade people outside of London that this is a Games for them and it's not just about Londoners?
It's about everyone, and there's going to be positive spin-offs for the whole of the country. It's not just for people living in the city centre, but I would try and urge people, whether they're from Wick or whether they're from London themselves, try and make the effort to come to the Olympics, whether it's just being in the city and being there and experiencing the atmosphere, just the people on the street. Every Olympics I've been to, you can't explain what it's like to be in a city. Yeah, it transforms a city, and this could be a catalyst for future Olympic Games, for success for British athletes in the future too, because hopefully it's going to reach a much wider audience than a normal Olympic Games would.
Ready for your knighthood?
Don't know about that. It's one of these things the media love talking about. Very flattering.
Do you feel a bit young? Do you feel a bit young to be
Yes,
Sir
I'm
Chris
far
Hoy?
too young. Yeah,
To be Sir Chris Hoy.
Yeah, I feel quite old, but not too old for getting that kind of thing. Yeah, it's very nice when you hear these kind of stories, but again, it's just speculation, really. I wasn't ready for that.